Good day everyone, I am Ariana Balahadja and I will be discussing about the Centennial President. Let's find out who he is and how he is as a president. He is Joseph Ejercito Estrada, the 13th President of the Philippines from 1998 to 2001, or the 9th President of the Third Republic of the Philippines, also known by nickname ERAP. He is a Filipino politician and former actor. He was born on April 19, 1997. His parents are Emilio Ejercito and Maria Marcelo. He studied at Ateneo de Manila University and at the Mapua Institute of Technology. His wife is Dr. Luisa Pimentel Ejercito, a Filipino politician and a physician. Estrada was elected president in 1998 with a wide margin of votes separating him from the challengers and was sworn into the presidency on June 13, 1998. Estrada entered politics in 1967, running for mayor of San Juan, Metro Manila, then a municipality of Rizal, failing and only succeeding in 1969 after winning an electoral protest against Braulio Santo Domingo. And he also won a seat under the Grand Alliance for Democracy or GAD, placing 16th in the election out of 24 winners. In the year 2000, he declared an all-out war against the Moro Islamic Liberation and Front, captured its headquarters and other camps. Moro Islamic Liberation and Front is a group based in Mindanao, Philippines, seeking an autonomous region of Moro people from the central government, also called Moro National Liberation Front. In 1987, he set his sights on a Senate run and handily garnered a seat. He was appointed chairman of the Committee on Public Works. He was vice chairman of the Committee on Health, Natural Resources and Ecology and Urban Planning. In the Senate, Estrada was credited with the passage of, among other major pieces of legislation, the bills on irrigation project and the protection and propagation of carabaos, the beasts of burden in the rural areas. And as a senator, he was one of the so-called Magnificent 12 who voted to terminate the RP military bases agreement, leading to withdrawal of American servicemen from the Clark base in Pampanga and Subic Naval base in Zambales. In 1992, Joseph Estrada initially ran for president, but he withdrew his bid and instead ran for vice president under the Nationalist People's Coalition. Nationalist People's Coalition is a conservative political party in the Philippines founded in 1992. President Ramon's Anti-Crime Commission or PACC. As Vice President, Estrada was the chairman of the President Ramon's Anti-Crime Commission or PACC. Estrada arrested criminal warlords and kidnapping syndicates. The Carabao Law or Republic Act No. 7307, an act creating the Philippine Carabao Act, creating the Philippine Carabao Center to propagate and promote the Philippine Carabao for other purposes. The Philippine Carabao Act of 1992, also known as Republic Act 7307, was eventually passed into law after being presented as a bill by the country's then Senator Joseph Estrada. Executive Order No. 151, September 1999, Farmers Trust Fund, establishing the Farmers Trust Fund Development Program and providing institutional reforms and fund mechanism for mobilizing long-term private sector capital for rural development. It allowed the voluntary amalgamation of small farm operations into integrated, medium and large-scale business with access to long-term finance. Estrada administration highlighted some visions for Mindanao. The first is to restore and maintain peace in Mindanao because without peace there can be no development. The second is to develop Mindanao because without development there can be no peace. The third is to continue seeking peace talks with MILF, Moro Islamic Liberation Front, within framework of the Constitution because a peace agreed upon in good faith is preferable to a peace enforced by force of arms. And the fourth is to continue with the implementation of the peace agreement between the government and the Moro National Liberation Front, or MNLF, because that is our commitment to our countrymen and to international community. Some controversies during Erap administration: corruption charge and impeachment. On November 13, 2000, Ilocos Sur Governor Luis Chavit Singson, a close friend of Estrada, alleged that he had personally given Estrada 400 million peso as payoff from Weteng. House Speaker Manny Villar fast-tracked the impeachment complaint. The impeachment suit was brought to the Senate and an impeachment court was formed, with Chief Justice Hilario David Jr. as presiding officer, and Estrada pleaded not guilty. In the 2004 Global Transparency Report, Estrada made into the list of the world's all-time most corrupt leaders in the world. EDSA 2. The Second EDSA Revolution, also known as the Second People Power Revolution, EDSA 2001 and EDSA 2, was a political protest from January 17 to 20, 2001 that peacefully overthrew the government of Joseph Estrada, the 13th President of the Philippines. On the evening of January 16, 2001, the impeachment court voted not to open an envelope that was alleged to contain incriminating evidences against the president simply because it was not part of the impeachment complaint. Resignation. After non-president walked out in Malacanang, the Supreme Court following that day the vacancy of the seat of presidency. Before Estrada's departure from Malacanang, he issued the following press release. Allow me to read it. Resignation. At 12 o'clock noon today, Vice President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo took her oath as President of the Republic of the Philippines, while along with many other legal minds of our country, I have strong and serious doubts about the legality and constitutionality of her proclamation as President. I do not wish to be the factor that will prevent the restoration of unity and order in our civil society. It is for this reason that I now leave Malacanang Palace, the seat of the presidency of this country, for the sake of peace and in order to begin the healing process of our nation. I leave the palace of our people with gratitude for the opportunities given to me for service to our people. I will not shirk from any future challenges that may come ahead in the same service of our country. I call all my supporters and followers to join me in the promotion of constructive national spirit of reconciliation and solidarity. May the Almighty bless our country and beloved people. Mabuhay! Questions. Number 1. What is Moro Islamic Liberation Front? Number 2. What is the purpose of EDSA 2? And number 3. What were the problems of Estrada administration? Thank you everyone for listening. I hope that you learned something.